Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Grit Factor podcast. This is episode 3. I'm here with my co-host, Brian Morell.
What's up, guys?
I'm Jake Morell. Of course, we have our favorite guest here, Thomas Morell, our brother. And
Good to be back.
Two of our closest friends throughout our entire lives, Sean Edwards.
Hello.
And Arham Jalali.
What's up, guys?
Now, I think it's great to have these two on, not only because they're great friends with us, but Arham has a big claim to fame with grit. And Arham is not only a survivor, but a champion of the Blazing Wing Challenge at Buffalo Wild Wings. I think he crushed it, 12 wings, you get 6 minutes to do it. I think he did it in 4 minutes, 30 seconds, and
something around there.
That was a gritty eating performance.
Got a shirt, got a great picture. Wish I got a plaque put on the wall, but I did what I had to do.
Tell us what the next couple of days were like after your
How'd that
challenge.
feel?
Well, the next couple of days, I had back pain, stomach pain.
Back pain.
Back pain.
He's always complaining
Yeah,
about
we
the
went
back.
to a trampoline park after that. If I jumped, basically my back would start hurting. I even paid $5 to have a massage chair. And then, after 2 days later, I had the shits. It was burning.
That
It
is
was like lava
unfortunate.
coming out of my crack.
That's
That's
Lava man.
unfortunate.
I had PTSD after that, but
All right, well, that's a nice
Thank
way
you
to
for your
start this
service.
off. But we've got plenty of good subjects to go over today, starting with Dunkin' Donuts. Now, I'm going to send it over.
I'm going to start this one off here.
Okay.
Because, in my opinion, IMO, Dunkin' Donuts is not only... We're going to start with the Dunkin' versus Starbucks, because that's a big debate. Dunkin' Donuts is not only 10 times better than Starbucks, it is also a million times more gritty, right? And let me tell you why. The movie Good Will Hunting, the last scene, when Will Hunting's friend goes up to his door and he's not there, what does he have? He's got a pack of cigarettes and he's got 2 small Dunkin' coffees. Now, what does that say about grit?
It says it's Dunkin' is the coffee of the working class, man.
Exactly. That's
I
why I'm
think
saying
it
it's
is.
grittier.
Okay.
But also, I think it's better because it's a little bit cheaper, you know? You're not
It's
paying as much. And
a lot
it's just,
cheaper.
it's more, it is pretty East Coast. I feel like everyone on the East Coast really likes Dunkin'.
I mean, it's very East Coast. It's like once you go out there, everybody wants Dunkin', and it's like you can't find a Starbucks. But I think it's grittier because, like he said, coffee of the working class. But it's also better than Starbucks. Has more food options. It's got donuts.
Okay.
Starbucks has got all those like bread things and croissant things, but you can't beat donuts. In my opinion.
That's true.
Okay, first.
And it's way cheaper, so that's a
that's
big
true.
factor.
All right,
for me.
Sean is burning.
I'm
is just
burning right now. Okay, first of all, I'm not gonna. Good Will Hunting is the best movie ever. Okay, I agree with that, and I think that Dunkin' Donuts is grittier than Starbucks. It's shittier. The quality is worse. First of all, and I think Starbucks has mastered every good coffee drink that you could get, and the cake pops at Starbucks are better than the donuts
All right,
at
bro.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Are you
But
fine?
I don't want to go
Bro.
get like a triple, quadruple iced macchiato cappuccino.
Pay
I think-
$13.27
Yeah,
Exactly.
for one coffee. Like I
Exactly.
want to go into Dunkin', just give me a caramelized coffee, and I'm gonna.
I
I'm
think
gonna
Dunkin'
drink that.
Blueberry donut.
the quality is absolutely shit. Like they just dump a bunch of sugar in water and call it
Because
coffee.
you have to know how to order. I mean, this whole past summer when I was working on ambulances, I would have the same routine every morning. Get up in the rig, run over to Dunkin' Donuts, get myself a nice, large, iced hazelnut coffee. Maybe, big and toasted or croissant sandwich, something like
Classic.
that.
Big
you
and
know,
toasted.
Classic.
a good source of protein right in the morning, keep me going for a couple hours, and I'd be enjoying myself. You got to get that cream, no sugar. If you let them put all that sugar in, they're going to put it in. But, you got to know how to regulate that for yourself.
That's true.
And because of that, I just, I think you get more bang for your buck out of Dunkin'. I really agree with Jake. I don't want to be paying $15 for, what is it? The medium of venti.
I definitely agree with
I
that.
don't even. Yeah,
something,
I
some,
don't.
in a
some
different
stupid
language. Hold
Greek
up.
or
Grande,
Latin word,
grande.
basically.
Grande. I don't want to get a medium coffee and a cake pop and
Yeah.
spend $15.
Starbucks is overpriced, but I think you're paying for quality, and I'm not gonna go somewhere where I just don't like the coffee because it just gives me a sugar rush every time I drink it.
Fair point.
I mean, America runs on Dunkin', Sean.
That's
Exactly.
It does run on
exactly.
Dunkin'.
no.
It
Get
does
your,
run on
It technically
Starbucks.
runs on Starbucks because I'm pretty
Get your
sure.
classic
I don't know
strawberry
much
frosted
about-
donut.
Okay,
No.
here's a little consensus. It's kind of a consensus about Dunkin' versus Starbucks.
What? Let down.
At the academy, when we do morale coffee runs, morning coffee runs, every other Wednesday we switch off Dunkin' or Starbucks. And I've noticed, I checked the spreadsheets to see, more people want Dunkin' than want Starbucks. Could it be because of price? Maybe.
It's because of the East Coast.
Well, yeah, that's true. A lot of the kids are from the East Coast, but I feel like that's just the general consensus.
I think
guess
it's
so.
price. Like college kids are gonna go for the cheapest option,
True, that's true.
but I just think Starbucks has the best like coffee to like whatever else they put in ratio, and they use all Starbucks is all natural. I'm pretty sure, compared to Dunkin', which is
But we gotta rein it in.
Sean with the organic.
Which is grittier.
oh yeah, Dunkin's
Dunkin's
grittier.
clearly
Yeah,
grittier.
Dunkin's clearly
grittier, but
End of conversation.
yeah.
That's that. Our next topic is a little bit different. We're gonna go over dogs. Now, obviously, it's just hard to measure the grit of an animal versus a ton of other animals. Like, I'm just talking like pets here, because if we're just talking like are dogs gritty, like, yeah, but like it depends on the dog. And if you're just talking all animals, it's like wolves are grittier because they're
Oh, for
literally
sure.
wolves.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking pets. Like what's grittier? Like dogs or I mean dogs versus cats should be obvious, but just in general dogs.
Well,
I don't know. I think it's a spectrum, and I don't think it really goes one way or the other. Because I mean, in general, I would say your average dog, right? I would say your average dog is grittier than your average house cat. But if you're talking about those little rat creatures
Your
that
dog's
they
under-
Ron
still
Swanson
call
said, like-
dogs.
Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec said
Oh, yeah.
if a dog is under like
Oh, it was
50
50
pounds.
pounds.
then he's a cat.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, some of those outside cats, they don't mess around, dude. Outside cats will kill anything, including your little rat Chihuahua dogs.
That's
True.
true.
Just saying. I think that's pretty gritty.
Yeah.
Our home cat guy, what do you say?
I mean, yeah, I have 3 cats.
Those are fierce. Those are fierce.
Don't let them go outside. Sasha, Gucci, Snow, but I mean, I'd rather have a dog because you can walk them outside, play with them. Cats usually are sleeping, don't do much. And mine are
Fair
kind of
point.
all fat now too, sleeping all day. But I'd rather
Lazy
have a dog.
bastards.
Gucci.
Well, I think it goes kind of both ways though, because like you were talking about like outside cats and stuff, like yeah, some of those things are like vicious, but like I'd rather cross like a stray aggressive cat than like a stray aggressive pit bull,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
For
that
sure.
thing's gonna kill a
Yeah.
human.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Talking about those outside cats that would easily match up against a Chihuahua. That's the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
I'd say on the whole, most dog varieties are pretty gritty. Labradors, Huskies, Pit
German
Bulls,
Shepherds.
German Shepherds
Yeah.
for sure.
And I mean, most dogs, pretty much all dogs, I guess for really small ones, were bred for some reason to help humans. And a lot of them do. Like, a lot of different dog breeds, like, do things that help humans. Like, you think about police dogs or, like,
Yeah.
army dogs, search and rescue, therapy dogs, all that kind of stuff. But, like, you never really see that with cats.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
I mean,
say cats
They don't
domesticated
do anything.
humans.
All right,
You
so
know.
consensus: dogs grittier.
Yes.
I mean that's pretty.
So-
On the
pretty
whole,
obvious.
sure. I'll
Yeah.
give you that.
Some people might argue it, but it's pretty obvious.
if you
Uh,
can argue that cats are better than dogs, I want you on this podcast
I mean,
as soon as
once I
possible.
start
Yes,
walking my
please
cats
hit us
outside.
up.
As soon as possible, I want you on
Yeah.
this podcast.
Well, better is
And I
different
don't
than
give a shit
gritty.
to say.
Cat ladies, please hit me up.
Yeah.
Gotta love him.
Take back to the lady down the street who has 15 billion cats.
That's
She
gritty.
feeds all the stray
That's
cats.
gritty.
Yeah.
That's gritty.
That is kind of.
They would just kind of jump out of the bushes when we
Yeah.
used to go to the park when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was whack. Anyway.
All right, next topic: grout fits.
Oh.
Situational.
Situational.
Definitely.
I
Yeah.
agree. Because, like, you'll see, like, you could see a grout fit of, like, I don't know, somebody thinking that it would be a good idea to buy, like, 2 of the exact same brand, like a sweatshirt and sweatpants, and wearing it, like, a gray Adidas sweatshirt and gray Adidas sweatpants, or
Yeah, when it
Champion
matches.
or Nike, and they think they're sponsored. It just looks dumb in my opinion. If I see someone wearing a Champion hoodie like cool. Champion sweatpants, cool. Put them together, both the same color, you look really dumb. But
Yeah.
you know, if you're like a wrestler wearing your warm up
Yeah.
and your warm up is all
Like
gray,
all,
that's a growth fit.
if I go to a wrestling tournament and I see a team, they just have the classic gray sweatpants, gray sweatshirt warm ups. I know they're
You
they're
feel
beasts.
threatened, dude.
They're beasts.
Wait, can we differentiate between light gray and dark gray?
It's all grout fit
it's
to
all
me.
grout.
Yeah.
I mean,
For
it's
real?
all
I
graphics,
think-
but like
even if you're
rarely
wearing
you
a
see
light
people
gray-
wearing dark gray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but even if you're wearing like a light gray shirt and a dark gray,
Well, that's just
then
uncoordinated.
you
Yeah.
just look,
That's
then you
just
look
stupid.
even worse.
Yeah, you know, there's a difference between Rocky Balboa, you know, and some slob who probably hasn't showered in like 10 days
True.
rocking
Yeah.
a grout
True.
fit. There's a difference there. Being dirty does not make you gritty.
Yeah, I do think it is situational. Some kid coming to school wearing a grout fit, trying to look cool, or some beast, you know, sweating, dripping in sweat, punching a bag. I think that's
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
good.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punching meats.
Exactly. Running up the steps.
Yep. All right. Well, this next topic might
Near and
ignite some
dear.
debate. I don't know. So our next topic is Lollapalooza. Now, in my opinion, look, I love Lolla. It's so fun. If you haven't gone, I recommend that you go. You will have the time of your life. But it's not gritty. Like, it just isn't. Like, there is definitely music festivals that are pretty gritty.
Riot
Yeah.
Fest.
True.
Burning Man, like I think
Burning
Burning
Man,
Man,
right?
like that's
Oh, that's
awesome.
great.
I've always
That
wanted to
is-
go to Burning Man,
yeah.
but Lolla is not great. Like a bunch of dudes walking around in colorful basketball jerseys. I am one of them. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
And,
yeah.
you know-
don't have to deny it.
And
Yeah.
you know, chicks covered in glitter wearing tube tops and Daisy Dukes. That's not gritty.
Some Air
No.
Force Ones.
Not gritty. I don't think anyone here is going to argue. Lala, not gritty.
I mean,
Yeah.
but there could. I don't think it's gritty either. A, that, and like B, it's just like a lot of like hip hop. Like it's not not like gritty music.
It's not
really.
It's not that
Yeah.
hip hop can't be gritty.
But
you know?
like the hip hop there is not very gritty.
But there's like also families there too and everything.
Yeah,
you know.
and also, but like I feel like some people say like, well, like getting wasted in the city and like getting all sweaty and gross
No, that's
and
just
like
kinda-
what?
Yeah.
Like no, dude, that's stupid.
I mean, like it's hot. It's Chicago in early August. Like, what do you expect? Obviously, it's gonna be hot and sweaty.
Yeah.
You know, drink your little
Disgusting.
water pouch on your back.
Camelback, bro.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the Camelback.
So no, Lolla, not
Yeah.
gritty. Gritty
E-
time, yes. Gritty, no.
Yeah.
Hey,
EDM is
speaking-
definitely not
That's
gritty
okay.
too.
Speaking of Camelbacks, what do you guys think about that? Are Camelbacks gritty?
Dude.
Situational again.
Situational. So
Situational
this
again?
summer during my basic training, when we would put on the Camelbacks, you knew it was gonna be a horrible day, because that means like you were just gonna be running around. Like they wanted you to have the water on you at all times. Like you knew you were gonna be outside all day. So Camelbacks, yes, can be gritty, and plus like gritty hikers, like
Yeah.
wearing them.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say that.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if Camelbacks are situationally gritty, because you know, even if it's just at a music festival, you have the foresight to be carrying that water around with you all
yeah,
the
unless
time.
you fill
Yeah,
it
gotta
with,
stay
like,
Being
hydrated.
prepared is
vodka and
gritty.
Orange juice or something.
Yeah.
Which people definitely do, but I've also seen people with Camelbacks at music festivals, and you know, it sucks, but they're very easily accessible to other people. Like I've been in like a mosh pit, and I've just seen like some poor girl wearing a Camelback that like you know you could tell it's full of water, and I just see some guy walk up to her and just pluck the little thing from the back and start drinking and put it back without her even noticing.
That's how
Yeah.
COVID started,
Yeah.
That's how
Probably,
COVID
dude.
for
started.
sure. Unbelievable. That is some nasty behavior.
But yeah, Camelbacks. That's
Yeah.
Selfish
Unless there's a
feeling.
bunch of White Claw in the Camelback, then it's
Yeah,
gritty.
true.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic of like music and music festivals, what do you guys think about Kanye?
Oh, okay.
I got something for this. I think his level of grit might have deteriorated throughout his life. Like, he's from Chicago, he's from the South Side. He kind of came up out of nothing and made himself one of the biggest hip hop artists of all time.
Right, so hip hop can be gritty.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
I never said it couldn't, but I just think Kanye, like, kind of coming up from that and just making himself, like, super successful. By the way, I love his music. I think he's so good. But then, you know, he married Kim Kardashian and then kind of went downhill from there, right? I think that. He's had some gritty famous moments. Like, I don't think I know any other famous person that would run up on the stage
Oh,
during
yeah.
the VMAs or the Grammys or whatever it was and say, I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had the greatest music video ever, so
Yeah.
I think his grit has kind of deteriorated, and I think Kim K might have killed all of it.
I mean,
He's whipped.
I think the
He's not whipped, bro, but he's definitely lost his grit.
I think his whole like mental health album where he talks about like what he's been through. I think that's pretty gritty.
That's definitely
Like,
great. It's
he is-
tough to get up and like make music about that
Yeah.
and say, yeah, this is what I struggled through.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
some of his antics too are not. I don't like some of just like the antic stuff, like just the random stuff that he would do. Like I would just be like,
Yeah, he's
"Dude,
kind of crazy.
You're weird."
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I think now he's like just doing it for popularity. Before it was like for himself, for his music to be like better. But like ever since him with Kim K and somehow they got popular.
Well, Kim K
he
was
just-
way before his like. He still
I mean, the
made
Kardashian family was famous before Kanye was.
Yeah.
Because of the OJ trial.
and he still made music. He made like 2 or 3 albums after Kim K.
But his like last album,
Yeah.
you know, it's
I
not as
mean-
gritty.
Yeah.
It isn't as gritty, but
Graduation was his best album.
Yes.
Graduation's
obviously,
best
yeah,
album.
Graduation.
Very gritty album, I think.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah. All right. Well, our next topic. This has actually been debated over several times in my life. I've seen this debated over all the time. Like, what is the grittiest sport?
This is
No.
so big. We could probably.
I think
Yeah,
this is so
this is-
big, but I'm gonna put some parameters on it, like because like
This could take its own episode.
obviously
Yeah.
it could take its own episode, but obviously there's like a lot of other sports that you could do, like UFC and stuff like that. But like, let's say sports that you can play like in high school for your high school.
Cheer.
See, I don't know about
Cheer
that.
is not
So,
a
like-
sport.
Because just off the top of my head, I'm gonna say it. I think grittiest sport out there, Ironman triathlon.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
Or like, what's the
I-
one where they literally run like 50 miles in the desert?
Well,
or
that's like
something?
ultra marathoning,
Yeah.
but that
Yeah.
can all go under running. I mean, if we're not talking high school,
No, we're talking high school.
Yeah.
Let's keep the
Keep it
parameters.
at
So
Sorry.
we'll put the parameters.
Yeah,
in high school.
we'll get to that at another time in this podcast. But just high school sports, I think it's obviously wrestling.
Obviously, me
Wrestling
and
and
Jake are
football.
biased.
I mean, we're biased
Yeah.
because I'm a wrestler and I play football, but
wrestling at least was way more of a grind than football was
Yeah.
for me.
It's a grind sport for sure.
I think so. But
And it
I
takes
just,
a lot of like self motivation.
Yeah, I'm-
Fun.
I've never wrestled in my life, but I'm gonna have to agree with you for wrestling because like I've seen like the work that you guys put in and like that's gritty.
Aaron, what do you think?
Yeah, true. Even though I play football, just like watching you and Jake wrestle, just you're always in competition. It's only you out there. You
Yeah.
don't have anyone
Yeah.
else, and you're just banging heads, like basically trying to kick the other person's ass. the
Yeah.
whole time.
that's what I was just gonna say. I mean, it's like a lot of things that I've found with other high school athletes is like when I'm playing sports with dudes who have played other sports and like not wrestled and they're all like team sports. It's like after a tough loss, like I find a lot of people blaming things on their teammates and like on specific things and
Yeah, that
not
was,
being
that
able
was
to think
football for
themselves,
us.
which
That
I
was
think
football for us.
I think wrestling teaches you a lot about that, and like I think what I like about wrestling so much is that like if I lose, it's no one's fault but my own. So I think it's just the grittiest sport because like I love when people call it gay and stuff or like
I
like,
love it.
like what is a leotard you wear like like dude I don't give a shit I look ripped.
Personally,
But-
I think you guys should go back to what the Greeks wore when they wrestled.
Yeah, that might be why people call it gay. But no, I think wrestling is the grittiest thing you can do in high school because no other sports do you basically strip down to your underwear, step out on a mat, and it's just you versus the other guy who can kick the other guy's ass. What Arham said. So
Yeah.
I think that's the grittiest sport that you can do in high school.
But what do you guys think about hockey?
Hockey's gritty.
Dude,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
hockey
gritty.
is
Definitely
gritty.
gritty.
It's
Yeah.
not grittier than wrestling. I can't say that. But
I don't know. People don't really get their teeth knocked out in wrestling.
Dude,
Hockey's
I've seen
pretty-
a kid literally get paralyzed.
Yeah, I have too. I've seen a kid.
I've seen a
I've seen a
kid
kid
not
hit
be
his
able to
head
walk.
and fall down on like I've seen kids just like have like get hit in the head or the neck or stuff and just start having seizures on the
But
mat.
yes, hockey
Like,
is
hockey's
definitely
gritty but
hockey is a top 3 grittiest
for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
for high school.
In high school, yeah, I think it's wrestling, football, and hockey for sure. Because
Oh,
I think all three of them
yeah.
have attributes, but I think wrestling is.
Yeah.
Dude, cross country is kind of a grind though.
I mean, it is a grind, but like
But like if you're in that shape and if it's something that you do a lot, then
That's true. Like I run.
It's
all
still a
the time.
grind to get there. Like
No,
It's a
yeah,
grind.
you
to
don't
get
just
there.
become.
and they grind so hard to get like the
Yeah.
time down. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that is, but I still think wrestling, football, and hockey are third grades. Anyway, we should move on.
Yeah, let's move on to mopeds.
Pizza bike.
I think Arham has a nice story to tell about a little moped accident that he was in.
Yeah, so, just finished class, was on my way to Frem to coach some football. There was a football game that day. Finished my math test, got out real quick, threw on my black helmet with a tinted visor on it, got
Of
on,
course.
was going down the street. There's this tight curve, and all I remember is basically just falling to the ground and the moped falling with me. And I blink, and I'm on the ground, and the moped just there, hits the curb. And I'm in shock. Yell up, get up, just
Yeah.
start
In shock.
swearing. And the worst part is,
He texted me. He's like, "Bro, I just crashed my moped." I was like,
yeah,
"Oh,
I mean, it
God."
was really disappointing. And the worst part is, it just like gave me an insight of other people because, no one really said anything. People drove by, even a cop drove by because I was on the main road and he didn't even stop or anything at one point.
They don't
But-
care.
Really devastating. I don't think it's my fault. The road was kind of cracked and sandy, but I do think mopeds to some extent are gritty.
I think
Oh,
mopeds
yeah.
are gritty if you own it. Like you definitely are. Like if you're walking through the city and like you see a guy on a moped, at first you're gonna be like, I think it was a Bud Light commercial, like from like 2010, and it was like, guys, I'm on a scooter, like,
Yeah.
and that kind of put like a big image in people's heads, I think.
Yeah.
But I think if you own it and you make it like sexy, then that's when mopeds get gritty.
I mean, Arham rides it like a boss.
Yeah.
I think he makes it gritty. I don't know if a moped itself is gritty, especially because there's other options.
It is what you
Like a
make.
motorcycle,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. But I think it can be what you make it. I mean, maybe it's not gritty when it's like that guy that you're talking about, like a guy on a scooter or something like that. But looks gritty when I see Arham zooming down Quentin with a girl on the back of the
Yes,
of the
sir.
seat,
Yes,
just
sir.
flying. So yeah, I think it is, especially when we ride it in the rain and it's just a race to get back.
Yes.
And try not to die on it.
I feel like also like the color of your moped matters a lot. for
Yeah,
it to be
that's
gritty.
true.
Like an all black.
Yeah,
is-
like mine,
is
all
more
black
gritty,
with some
yeah.
red stripes on it. But
Yeah.
like there's just other ones, like some pink or bright
Like lime
colors.
green.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't represent like any grit factor to me.
That's true.
And also just having, for example, Brian Morrell in the back of your moped. Some big guy
Did I
just
get to
riding
ride it?
around.
I think I rode on it like once or twice.
Yeah.
Me and Arham used to go for our daily moped rides.
Yep, with some music in the back, just
Yeah.
zooming around.
Some Childish Gambino.
Classic summer.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you, Arham Sean Thomas, for coming on.
Of course.
That was very successful.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
And thank you to our listeners for listening, as always. Follow us on Instagram, Anything But Magazine. Keep checking this YouTube and SoundCloud, and we'll have more episodes that'll keep coming out.
Thanks, guys.